Hey guys, this is Don Strouble here, the host of the Full Court Magic podcast and also the main beat writer for the Orlando Magic Roundtable. And I'm coming to you guys from my car today because we've got some family in town that are occupying our house, and I didn't really have a place where I could set up and do a full podcast episode, so I just wanted to bring you guys some quick thoughts about this offseason and about what we've seen, in terms of movement in the Eastern Conference and how it affects the Magic. And obviously I went and did an episode on this after LeBron James signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. But I saw something interesting recently. Law Murray of The Athletic, did a power rankings essentially for, all 30 NBA teams following James's decision to sign with the 76ers, and I believe he had the Magic at 18th. And what I found interesting about his analysis, which was very short and sweet, was that he believes that this season is the last chance for Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner as a duo in Orlando, that this could be their last chance. And no disrespect to law or anything of that nature. I don't agree with this at all. I think that, the Magic are in this situation where the East is going to be a lot tougher. And you could make an argument that the Magic's roster might not be good enough for the expense that comes with it, and that they were handicapped by those first apron restrictions that limited what they could do in this free agency cycle. All of those things can be true, but I just don't see the Magic moving off of Wagner or Banchero, especially because both of them are still so early on in their rookie max deals that I just don't see it. They're both too valuable to the team when healthy. And I understand that there's been talk of, one or the other plays better when one or the other isn't on the floor. Like, whose team is it? Is it Paolo Banchero's? Is it Wagner's? Who's the first option? Who's 1A? Things of that nature. And I get it, right? I do. But at the same time, 6'10" wings with the defensive versatility and the all-star caliber, scoring potential of Franz Wagner, they don't just grow on trees, and they're not readily available all the time. And when you've sunk this much capital into someone like him, it's not someone you move off of. You're certainly not moving off of Paolo Banchero, someone who is considered the face of the franchise and, realistically the number one option of this team that just started his rookie max deal. You're not going to move off of him either. And, this is not a front office that, as I've used this term before, deals in seismic transactions. This is, not a front office that's going to go and move off of players that it considers integral to the franchise. And, Jeff Weltman, president of basketball operations, has made his views very clear on this group. He has, staunchly defended this group, talked about, when health is in their favor, how good they could be. And, for all of his flaws and, for better or for worse, that's not a guy who's going to, move off of, Wagner or Paolo, especially after just, the first year under incoming head coach Sean Sweeney. If anything, I think it's more realistic that the Magic could move off Jalen Suggs, because Suggs, he has a depreciating contract. That playoff series for him against Detroit last season was just an absolute nightmare. Only averaged 11.1 points. Shot sub 30% from the field and sub 25% from three. I believe it was 29% and 24.4% respectively in those metrics. And there's kind of a bottleneck in that backcourt with him and Desmond Bane. Neither one are really true point guards, right? Obviously Suggs is the better defender, but Bane is the better offensive player. And so I really think that if there was a move to be made to break up this core in any way, it would be Jalen, Suggs. You know, and it's tough to get ahead of ourselves when the 2026-27 season hasn't even played out yet. We know it's going to be more difficult. We know this Eastern Conference landscape is going to be lethal. But I just don't agree with the notion that Wagner or Banchero would be the first out the door if the Magic have another underwhelming campaign. I think that given the nature of how this organization works, there is going to be a chance for Sean Sweeney to do what he needs to do, and barring any catastrophes, once again, I just don't see any of those two guys going. I believe it would be someone like Jalen Suggs first, maybe a Wendell Carter Jr., so on and so forth. But yeah, I'm sorry, I disagree with Law Murray here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, please join the Orlando Magic Roundtable if you haven't. The link is in the description. Thank you guys for joining me for the short and sweet clip. Apologies for not being in my normal spot, and you know, with a little bit of a shaky camera here. I've kind of been taken out of my element a little bit, but I just wanted to get these quick thoughts up on a Friday. I hope you all have a great weekend. As always, I'm Don Strouble. This has been Full Court Magic. See you next time.